Let's just get.
Good afternoon, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and joining me as always is my good buddy Digger Jim here on a special Wednesday edition of the show. Per the request of our guest who is not here at the moment, John's Comics with Friends. We don't know where he is. We're trying to reach him. And then Jim and I, in our usual manner, we're just gabbing away backstage and didn't notice it was 3 after 8.
John's not our friend. He's late,
Right?
and he's dissing us.
Right?
So we're just going to show comics.
So for posterity's sake, this is a special Wednesday night show that John himself asked for, and he's not even here. We don't know what he's doing. Hopefully John's okay. We're guessing that he fell asleep like an old man after work, and that he's got to wake back up and join the show.
That's exactly right. That's what I
We
think.
shall see. We'll say a quick hi to everybody real quick. We have Ruby G, Cool Calm Collected. Good evening, Ruby. Perry Comics. Good evening, Perry. Great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. And let's see. We have one of my all-time favorite people, Jerry the Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
And got Perry screaming over here. Perry. I can never see the name Perry without that cartoon Phineas and Ferb popping in.
Phineas Ferb, yeah.
Kingdom of Nerds, Bruce, how you doing? Damien, like we were saying, guys, we're waiting for our guest. We don't know if he fell asleep or what happened. He was on 29 minutes ago, and now he is not present, so we don't know what's going on. But we're going to just filibuster for a minute as I try to get a hold of John.
I'll show you some of my stuff. I don't know if nobody ever looks at my videos. I'll show you what I got at Baltimore. We'll fill the gap
real quick.
All right, here you go. This is not in my collection, but I figured I'd pick it up because it's signed. I don't know how I feel about it being signed, but it's Micronauts #1. And it's supposedly signed by Rubenstein, and I'm guessing that's Michael Golden.
That's great.
They pointed out.
I have that series. Series 1 and 2.
I never read it. I might read it just to see what it's like, the first one. Guys know I'm doing the Iron Man run 1 through 100. So I had to get 19. And I had to get 15 with the unicorn and the red ghost. I like that. This is a really clean copy. I might send this to Rich and have him clean it up and press it. Because, man, I think they, and I only got this for I don't know, $5. Both of these were $5. Everything in the box, he said, was half off. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah. I said, that's early Iron Man. He's like, yeah, I just want to get rid of it. I was like, cool.
Right.
I'm down for that. I'm okay with that.
You got to show that Dazzler, though.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to show it right. Well, I'm going to show it in a minute. So there are two brothers. I'm never going to say their name, the Fram brothers, Brian and Brendan. This was their sketchbook, and they had done. I bought the sketchbook, but they had done a piece for Magic Lasso of Dazzler. So I went on their website about a year ago, I think, and I bought an Iron Man piece that they did, a sketch cover. But then I saw them at Baltimore, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to their table, and they had a cool Dazzler one. So I was like, heck yeah. I'm going to get that and make Gary B jealous for sure.
And then, you did.
And then this is a Doctor Strange they did. Got that little sort of Kirby crackle going there with the hands and whatnot. Yeah, this year when I went, it was mostly to meet Tony the Signature King, trade some stuff with him because I failed to send him stickers a year ago. And Steve the Voice White had won a prize on Tony's show, and he gifted it to me. And what he gifted me was this 8.5 Warlock signed by Angel Medina. So I don't have any CBCS signed books. So I was like, heck yeah.
No, we're gonna shame John when we do get a hold of him because he had posted that you don't want to miss this or something with Storm.
Right. I'm giving him some X-Men. This is an X-Men commission I got done. It took me
and that's a gorgeous one.
Took me like 5 months to get it from the guy, but he's really talented. I mean, I want to go back to him, but I don't know when I'll get my stuff. There's
John saying, prepare for the storm of the century.
He thinks it's 9 o'clock, brother. You know? He is West Coast.
Right, yeah. See, Brad said the guest is John Cena. You don't see me.
Yeah, John Cena. Oh, that Canadian humor is hilarious. Hilarious. And then I got this Sunfire.
That Sunfire is gorgeous, too.
Yeah, that Sunfire.
I'd say the Dazzler, the Nightcrawler, and the Sunfire are next level.
Yeah, and they just, like I said, he's really talented. I didn't like the way, if you come to me and you say, hey, I'm going to have this to you by August because I have all the time in the world, I'm a teacher, then, try to reach for that. And he never reached out and said, hey, I'm running behind or anything. I had to do all the communicating, which really drove me nuts.
Oh, John just saw my messages. I bet we're going to have a guest in about 2 minutes.
This is Roscoe style, but it's a guy named Neil King, which I thought was hilarious, so I had to get it.
Oh, hey, Jim, look, our guest decided to grace us with his presence today.
I mean, you can't trust the weather. The storms just come and go,
Lord.
What,
Thank goodness. Let's run out of stuff.
I got so many things I want to pick on John for. I can't get one of them out.
There you go. Take your time. Take your time. We got moments here. You've only been live for 7 minutes, so we're doing all right. This is not a record for me.
30 minutes late is the record.
Actually, I talked to Southern Comic Geek Jason. I believe it was a couple of hours. Right. I suck at time zones, and he's trying to throw centrals at me, and I'm just like, walk away, buddy, walk away.
But John,
it's not even a real time zone.
That's what Google's for.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly it. Put the pressure on Google instead.
But without further ado, John, great to have you eventually on the show. Thank you so much for showing up.
On my better days, I make it. That's what I'm going for.
Next time, I'll make sure his Evian's not late behind stage.
I
know. That's my bad.
It was a diva thing for sure.
Right.
I had to do a couple of lines of coke and get ready for this and really, jack myself up.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was. Clearly, it was hairdressing and makeup. That's what.
Right. Superstardom has its privilege.
Damien.
Well, that's the thing. John's kind of a big deal now, and I'm just too small for John.
I mean, I've been waiting for the second Chuck Hensey and I 10-1-1 movie showdown. I need Cliff to give us another prompt, and we'll go another round.
I'm about to start scheduling December. We can make that happen.
I'm saying that's I'm primed.
November's full. I have not scheduled one date in December yet. So I think you and Chuck need to talk on a Tuesday or Thursday. That's good for you, and let me know.
I'll get Cliff to give us our homework, and then we'll get going.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we decided, John, I think last time you and I talked, you said you hadn't been on the wall. You wanted to do another show. We were throwing a couple different ideas around, but it had to be Storm first.
You were like, right? Let's do a Storm show. And I was like, brother, I got that in the bag.
Right?
I got enough just on this shirt alone.
But
yeah, I love that shirt.
Much that I was like, but we got to do, before we do any other character or group with John, we got to do Storm.
Yeah. Just narrow the focus a little bit.
Right. But, well, we said hi to the audience, because we had some extra time at the beginning.
Yeah, you had those extra minutes. I'm glad you took them.
But, John, who are you? What's your channel about? Give the people the quick 2-minute rundown before we get going, buddy.
Formerly kids, now friends. You can search John's Comics with, and hopefully across the ether somewhere you'll find some breadcrumbs I may have dropped around the world. I generally just talk comics with my friends. It's a lot of nerddom, a lot of joy of whatever we're reading, whatever we're enjoying. Sometimes it's fairy smut, or sometimes it's Dungeon Crawler Carl was my latest obsession this summer. Those books are a whole lot of fun.
Nice.
And of course, going back eons, it's been Our Lady Storm and the X-Men.
But you don't give yourself enough credit. You're fairly busy on YouTube. You're on a lot. You do a lot of shows. You guest on a lot of channels. You're very embedded in the community.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you to say. I do like, this is my I guess midlife crisis, although I'm getting a little old to call it a midlife crisis. and I've enjoyed I've never had nerd friends. I had a couple maybe, but like for the most part, it was hard to find friends in these hobbies.
Sure.
And the internet and I guess the blessings of COVID really allowed me to find this amazing group of people that have such diverse tastes across, there's even crazy people that love Conan and stuff out there. It's wild. The stuff that people love.
Weird people exist, right?
Wild.
But that's been the best part of it.
Taking shots at me. That no good son of a.
He's right though, man. COVID really, I think I wouldn't have even known this existed, like a community existed, had it not been for COVID. I that specifically was what drove me. I was like, I'm going to go on Instagram and YouTube and find out if there's anybody else that likes comics. I've been sitting here for hours reading them, and it's just me and my brother that talk about them. And I'm like,
right.
I get tired of talking to John after a while. Not you, but the other John.
No, the other John. Yeah, I know your brother John.
I want another opinion. So
well, and I was just at my friend. So one of the first friends I made in this community, probably 4 months into making videos, is Alec from White Whale Comics, and he just got married. I was just at his wedding in Florida,
nice.
and it was fun to see a bunch of friends that I made right at the beginning. These guys that they did online Comic-Cons and stuff like that during COVID, and they were, it was a really fun group. Guys like the Great Legend and Chad from the Comic Corps and Drew Manchu and C. Woodard 19, and it was really fun to just to be with them all again. Because the first time I met them in person was we all were at Baltimore Comic-Con the year before COVID, and we were all there together having a blast. And then COVID hit, and we all started doing stuff online, and now here we are, 7 whatever years later, still getting together for shenanigans.
Right, and not slowing down.
No,
I mean, hopefully not yet. I got to exercise a little more, but I sit in this chair probably a little too often.
Right. Well, I'm talking about like content creation, stuff like that. I mean, keeping the brain active is a big thing too, especially when you're getting older. And I think with the reading and all the stuff that we all do, we keep our brains fairly active. So, we're not slowing down. It's not getting muddy. It's right where it should be. And,
I remember,
except for someone who can't remember what time a show starts. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Southern Comic Geek is in the chat now. So Jason can let you know the record I set with him, where I was almost like a day off of he still has, he has the receipts on that. But I was going to say, I remember reading an article about how comics, and then a little bit beyond that, maybe sci-fi and fantasy novels, have more challenging words per page than you find in just about any kind of literature. So they challenge readers to try to understand. And as people that are maybe struggling to learn to read, because of a number of factors, right? Comics have this wonderful bridging tool that just make people feel like there's a place for them. So I think it's wonderful.
That's my origin story right there. That was it. I mean, right? When my mother saw me read a comic from cover to cover, and then she went and got me another one, and I came to her and said, I don't know what this word is. And then she's like, let's go to the dictionary. And I was like, ugh. And she's like, but I wanted to know what the word was, because,
right.
I mean, there's a lot
you need to have a level of motivation, right? And if you feel like every time you look at a book, it's impossible, but you open a comic book and you feel like, no, I want more. Now you're motivated to challenge yourself a little bit.
Right. It's engaging.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I mean, and besides that, how many friends do we have in this community that have learned English just through reading comics?
Right.
Absolutely. For sure.
Amazing, amazing stuff.
People that overcome dyslexia or any number of visual tracking challenges that you can have with processing pictures and words.
Right.
Oh, I'm freezing.
Now I got to ask you, John, before we start showing your first storm thing. All right, what was your first introduction to Storm, and what got you into this character in such a big way?
Great question. It was probably the Mutant Massacre event that Marvel did in the 80s, where the Morlocks were being slaughtered underneath the city of New York, and the X-Men had to rush in. It felt like a French Resistance, London Underground, whatever kind of a story, where there were these innocent people being slaughtered because they were different, and then this renegade group of kind of outlaws kind of going undercover to try to like rescue them. And it was violent, and Colossus is choking people out, and Wolverine's slashing people up, and it was, Sabretooth was everywhere trying to kill everybody. It was really intense. And Kitty Pryde gets turned into a ghost, and there's all these key exciting moments that like changed characters significantly. Right. And in the midst of all of this, there's this badass black lady in like leather and a jean jacket with a mohawk punching people out. She's wading through all these super powered characters, and she's like Joan Jett or something. She's just walking in there laying people out. She's punching this person, kicking that person. She's giving orders, and everybody's like, yeah, she knows what's up, follow her. Right. And I was like, well, that's bad. And I had seen, maybe a little too early for seeing Pam Grier in movies, but Pam Grier was everywhere when I was a kid. She was cool, man. She was hot.
Right.
And now I'm like, here she is in comics. It felt like there's Pam
Foxy
Grier in
Brown,
comics.
I mean,
yeah.
So all of that kind of cycled together into this boss babe. And she was like, everybody respected her. Everybody took what she had to say as important. And the coolest guys. I mean, I wanted to be Wolverine. Wolverine was so cool. He's cutting everybody up. He's just a badass. Colossus is in there being all rough, and they're instantly like listening to her, and that gave her a ton of street cred for me.
But she also always, she's one of those characters, at least in my opinion. She always had an air of regality about her.
Yeah.
But she felt regal, but without putting herself above anybody else.
There it is.
Right.
Absolutely. And she always had this. Yeah. And I think I would say the regal side of her, it comes from a compassion, right? A humanity of like, look, I want to take care of you. Whoever you are, you're Kitty Pryde, you're this kid struggling with family that doesn't understand what you're going through. I want to take care of you. You're Jubilee, ostracized for what I want to take care of you. You're Rogue, you're considered an outlaw for what you've done. You're a criminal, but I want to take care of you. There's this element of compassion that I think bleeds through all of her leadership, right?
Yeah.
Oh, easily, especially once you learn about her past too, and that she wasn't this silver spoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So she understands what it's like to struggle. For sure.
Right. And that early Byrne stuff with Claremont and Byrne, it always felt like they just made her. I mean, for someone that was so powerful, there were times where I was like, wow, she's got clobbered. She's got clobbered really quickly. And they always wanted to expose her claustrophobia. And I was like, okay, we understand she's got claustrophobia, and I get that. But let's move on, because she's way more than that.
For sure.
And I think, like you said, that storyline with the Morlocks really elevated her to leadership level, because she was never at the leadership level. It was always Scott in the forefront. And I think they said, you know what, we need to turn her into a badass. And that allowed her to become that.
But this is what I want in the movies. I don't want like the next X-Men movie. I don't want world saving event. Take it street level, go below street level, go with the Morlocks and make it a big event, but about humanity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And later when I went back, because obviously as a kid, I was just wherever the chronology of X-Men was, that's where I was reading. But when I had the chance to read earlier issues and I saw her get in the knife fight with Callisto to take over leadership of the Morlocks, I was like, this is amazing. Right? This is so cool. And that Morlock storyline, that was like what 40 issues in the making. Like, it was slow burn, because that was 170 something when they had the knife fight, and then it was 210 to 11 when they had the massacre. So you're like 40 issues of setting up this idea of like mutant strata, right? You had maybe the Hellfire Club at the rich, oligarchy kind of level, and then you had the X-Men, who were like the workaday crew or whatever, but they were a little flashy. They were the good looking ones. And then you had the Morlocks that were living life in the shadows, like with extreme poverty and ostracized for the way they looked. And it was an interesting sort of caste system,
Well, let's get to your first item.
Yes. Okay. So don't worry, gang. It's not just going to be gorgeous covers. I got a whole, mix here of stuff going on. I'm going to start off with a gallery Marvel statue. This is probably my favorite statue that I have. I'm a big gallery fan. They're statues on a budget, so you can get it a little cheaper than some of the crazy ones.
But they're nice.
They're absolutely gorgeous. I've got a Dr. Doom, or is it right over my shoulder here?
Yeah. I have the Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew.
Yeah. Thor is right here. And there's a Hal Jordan one that I tuck away because who likes DC? Nobody likes DC. But,
and my favorite costume of hers too.
It's an iconic look. I love the
thigh-high boots, baby.
Yeah, the way they sort of create the base of her for the storm there at the base, and then the cape flaring at the back. It's so fantastic. The expression, the eyes with all white. It just looks so absolutely epic.
What's that? It's called Gallery.
So I got the box here for you. Yeah. Oh. The company is Gallery. So this is it's Gallery diorama.
Like $50 to $65. They're affordable.
They're very reasonably priced. I pulled the boxes out so everybody can see them.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm trying not to fall down any rabbit holes, but I
got you. This is the bigger one.
That could become an issue.
But these are great, and the boxes are really sturdy. So I keep the boxes in general just in case I want to, move things around or store them somewhere else for a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cliff, just so you know, in true diva fashion, John asked for a special Wednesday night showing because he didn't want to be on a Tuesday or Thursday with the common folk, and then he was late for the show. I mean, those were his words, not mine. I can't make this up.
Verbatim. I think there's video footage of it as well.
Good evening, Tony. But Cliff, we got future homework for you for December.
Yeah, I need more shows with Cliff, so I will be reaching out. Be prepared. But I think this was like the second statue I ever owned, because I got the Thor one thanks to Simple Simon as a giveaway, and I started like poking around at Gallery and what else they had done, and found this for a great price. And I was like, well, now I got to have both the God of Thunder and the Goddess of Lightning.
That's cool.
And she's one of the characters too. Like a movie star has presence when they show up on screen. I mean, that's a completely fictional character, but whenever Storm shows up, she has presence.
It's gravitas, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is one of my faves. It's almost always behind me when I do shows, or posed next to books when I post comics.
And when they did the new X-Men 97 cartoon and her introduction in that episode, you're like, "Oh, Storm's coming!"
Yeah,
you got excited to see her just make her entrance.
That series did a great job of giving all those characters moments to shine. Moments where you're like, oh, wow, Nightcrawler is fighting with 3 swords and he's like, bamfing all over the place. And, Cyclops, of course, had some
Scott Summers, who most of them like underwrite, and all of a sudden he's like, just badass.
For sure. You could tell that the creative team just had a lot of love for all the characters. It made a big difference. Hey, Carson's in the chat. C. Wood, I was just talking about seeing you down in Florida, my friend. I hope things are going well,
sir. And I'm still trying to. I want to get him on the show at some point too.
Oh, he could do he can do anything. But like turtles, you get him talking turtles, it's a whole lot of fun. He's like, who dat?
Oh yeah. So statue to open, which is nice, and like you, I do think the galleries are nice. I mean, they look great for their affordable price point. They look amazing.
Yeah. And that Dr. Doom one is just as stunning. Really cool the way the gauntlets kind of like have this like lighting up fire kind of thing going on. Really, really high quality stuff.
All right, number 2.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do a comic. So a buddy of mine loves the cover preceding this, but this is probably my favorite early Storm cover. This is issue 147. It's the other half of that Dr. Doom drugged me and now he's carrying me in his arms cover.
Yeah.
What I
But
call
how
the
amazing is that cover?
The Cosby cover is the other one. But yeah, this is her Phoenix moment. And now, of course, we've got a Rogue Storm comic on the shelves, but this is a great story where Doom is trying to trick her and he's got her locked up and he thinks he's controlling her power, but little by little outside the weather starts to turn, the storm starts to just go crazy. Nightcrawler is even like flying or being like pulled up and around in it, and little by little she breaks out of this sort of like frozen statue he's put her in, and comes to life in this moment. Sort of everybody cowers beneath her. I just love this cover.
That's Doom going, oh crap, what have I done?
Yep. You done messed up, buddy. You done messed up.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It's just a great story.
Well, and you know what? You're a man engulfed in metal. Why would you mess with somebody that could bring the power of lightning down on your ass?
I mean, great question. But I also think Dr. Doom he knows two things, right? He doesn't like anything that won't bow to his will. So it's instantly like something that he's got to focus on. And number two, I think he always is respecting her power. And so it's constantly like they're being drawn to each other and then pushed away from each other. The current storyline even had a couple of great issues with her and him in Latveria, where she had to like sort of play the game of chess and dine with him in the fancy ballroom. And I love whenever Doom and Storm come together. They've got a fun, odd chemistry.
Great, but I agree with you. Such a spectacular cover. Like, you see that? How are you not picking that up off the shelf and reading it? Like, it's irresistible.
Yeah. You got Nightcrawler, Wolverine. You got even Angel. Like, I'm not even an Angel guy, but he's like, oh dang, I'm out of here, guys. This is not gonna work out. What am I gonna do? Fly around? That's all I got.
Yeah, I was never a fan of him. He was the weakest out of all of them, in my opinion.
For sure.
So.
And of course, I'm a big David Cockrum fan. Like, he is just. I think. It's easy to love John Byrne's era, but Cockrum, I think, put in so much more time. And I just love his
and just one of those
books.
Journeymans in comics that's so important to comics and comic history.
For sure, 100%.
Guys like him, Pat Broderick, Mike Vosberg,
Don Heck,
Steve Lealoha, all these people that did all this incredible work on tons of titles.
Yeah, I'm rereading the Avengers with Magic Lasso from the beginning, and I was impressed by how much I preferred Don Heck to Jack Kirby. Like, I was like, the Heck issues were the art was so much better. It felt like Kirby was overworked at the time when he was working on Avengers. He was doing too many titles at the same time every month. Don Heck comes in and he's like, no, this is my focus. I got this. And he slayed it, man. He was amazing.
There we go. Jason said it right there.
Yeah,
for sure. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, you put out a cover like that, right? All right, number 3, sir.
And no shame on the one right before it when Doom is cradling her. It's another great cover that, of course, I own, but I don't like it as much as that one. So aside from Doom, I also love it when she's paired with Dracula. And that happens a ton. There's a lot of storylines in and around her. There's even a great what if Storm became Queen of the Vampires or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
When I read this issue with Justin for Omni X-Men, and I don't recall having read it before this, but I was like, this is an amazing book. And then this again, everybody cowering, this amazing Sienkiewicz cover going on here. This is fantastic. You got Drac in the background just going, yes, my precious. It's so good, man. What a great.
So many comics with the iconic holding somebody with dead in their arms pose, right?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. And there's a ton of stories with the two of them going back and forth. I think through the years, there have been some interesting crossovers with Dracula and Storm. I don't quite know if this is like a Blackula kind of thing where it's like he's got that once you go black, you can't go back kind of thing. I don't know
what they got to do though? They got to do like a miniseries with her, Blade, and Dracula.
Right. Now you're talking. And I want to say, so I when I read the Black Panther run by Reginald Hudlin, there's a storyline dealing with right after Hurricane Katrina, and New Orleans is kind of underwater and dealing with a lot of things, and the vampires are playing like their havoc on the survivors of Katrina. And Blade calls for help from T'Challa and Storm because they're married at this point, and they go to New Orleans. They bring Captain Marvel, who at that time is Monica Rambeau. So there's this whole like crew of great African American superheroes all descending to stave off the vampire invasion in Katrina post in New Orleans post Katrina. But it was really cool. I don't remember Storm playing as big a part as Monica Rambeau did, because Monica Rambeau is basically pure sunlight, and she's just like waste
blazing them all up. Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. She comes in and they're like, oh, we done screwed up.
And again, great orange background makes everything, all the art of them pop.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Sienkiewicz. I think doesn't get enough credit for his X-Men stuff, because it wasn't, obviously he gets credit for the New Mutant stuff, but he did a few X-Men covers and issues that I was like, oh, those are gorgeous.
Yeah, he's hit or miss for me, but I do like this one. Like, there's some New Mutants covers that I'm like, oh.
We read that whole volume, and there were definitely, he fell off at the end, big time.
But I do like this one. I mean, I remember when that one came out, and I was like, what's going to happen here?
Because there's also like an uncanny issue that's part and parcel with this.
Yep.
But that cover is great, because Storm is kind of in yellow in the background of the red, like you can't quite see that she's there.
Right.
The team is in the front, but obviously she's front and center here.
Oh Lord.
Is Bobby making jokes in the chat? Bobby.
Oh yeah.
Good to see you, my friend.
Dracula sucks.
All right, number 4.
All right, let's go. I want to share a piece of artwork I sent you 2 photographs of. It's technically hanging right behind me here. The artist's name is Nicholas Lane, and this is a commission that he did for me that he then later digitally colored. He calls it "Hit Me with Your Best Shot."
So you want to show the black and white first?
Yeah, we'll do the black and white, which is basically just a photo of the frame. I didn't want to. Oops, sorry, that one. It's just a great piece of art. He's a really talented artist. He does the pencils and the inks on paper, and then he scans it, and then he'll digitally color it for you, and he sends you a PDF or whatever of the artwork. The background is so fantastic. I said, just give me a cool 80s era Storm, like it's a Marvel trading card or something.
Right.
And he cashed that in big time. I just love
absolutely. And remember when she first got that mohawk, it blew us all away. You're like, "Ooh, this works."
Yeah, right. For sure. No, I love that era. I think it was a great way to like set her apart from kind of the character she'd been consistently all that time.
Did you want to show the color now? Or?
Yeah, you can show how. So anybody that reaches out to Nicholas Lane, he's incredibly talented. He's easy to get a hold of. He did pieces for Comics Curing Cancer last weekend, and so what you and we used him for an artist feature during the X-Men 1 season and gave away one of the pieces that he made. But he gives you basically get the digital colorings as an add-on, because he basically charges you for the inks and they're amazing. I ended up getting 3 pieces from him, because the Catwoman I've got here and the Poison Ivy that I got above it are both ones I had him do as well. I was like, oh, I need some DC ladies to go with the Marvel ladies, because I already had a Phoenix. I was like, okay, I can balance this out.
You should have went Black Cat. Then he could have had Storm with her white mohawk and Black Cat with her white hair.
That's fair.
And then each of them have with their black costumes,
right? The vests.
They would be a bad twosome.
It would be, absolutely. But he's great. He's a great artist. He's a really nice, friendly guy. His rates are incredibly reasonable. He gives pieces to charity all the time. Once I saw his original stuff and we bought a commission from him, I was like, can I also get this? For how much more do I, get 2 pieces, whatever. And then after that, it was like, okay, now I need another one. So I ended up getting 3 in the end. He's just Nicholas. His name is Nicholas Lane, and there's no H. I think it's Nicolas. Lane.
Oh. See, I'm gonna spell it wrong.
I don't think he has an H in it. I think it's just with a C. But I can help anybody find him on Instagram if you're looking for him.
When you sent me this picture, I was like blowing it up and looking at it. I'm like, wow, this is nice.
A ton of detail,
Just
like
looking
in the
at the
background and the
details and
clouds, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I was
And
and for
not
a
only
gift,
that,
my
the
wife
shading
framed him. Yeah. Oh,
and the use of light is really well done.
So for I think it was Father's Day one year, my wife basically framed all 6 of these pieces behind me. She did a few for herself at the same time, but it was like I was so excited just to see these pieces all nicely in their frames and then throw them up on the wall. They look so great. But this one's easily my favorite, no question.
Nice. And that last picture is going to be for your story, right?
Yeah, we'll save that other one for later on. But thank you for that. Yeah, so occasionally it's fun to get, and again, the commission rates for him were very reasonable. I want to say at the time, and it's been a few years, but it was like $100, and you got that. Like it was really reasonable.
Full color commission, that's amazing.
The whole thing, yeah. You get it's this is poster size. The inks on paper with the pencils, and then the digital artwork sent as a PDF along with it, and shipping and all that kind of stuff. He was really reasonable, and I think Justin got a piece. I got 3. The community got 1. So we were definitely sending a lot of business his way that year.
Nice.
He's like, "Where's John now? I need it." Yeah.
Right.
Well, I always appreciate good artists, so I'm always looking for.
Is he on Instagram, John?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you
Nicholas
send me his
Lane.
account after so I can follow him?
Yeah. I'm not picking him up over there, so I don't know. I must not.
Whenever you get around to it, like the show.
Fair.
I love having something to pick on John about.
Oh, it's because he's got a K, a CK Lane. That's what it is. No H.
Jeez.
Oh, share. Yeah. Let's see.
NICK.
Yeah, Nick Olas. Let's see. Share this profile with
Lane,
Digger, Jim, and with Gary B. So then these guys will have it too. Sent. There you go. And a lot of his stuff, he does these kind of like cards, like collectible card style.
Yeah, I love getting those.
I just want to check out more of his art after you sent that to me.
For sure, go for it. And I may even have. I think my friend Chet Scotland won the piece that he made originally, which was I think Colossus like holding up the head of a sentinel like he was going to throw.
Oh
it.
wow,
it was really cool. So I might be able to find that from Chet as well. That was an amazing piece as well, for sure.
See, I still want to know how bearded Colossus, when he goes all steel, how that doesn't automatically shave his beard off.
Right, or how it doesn't just turn metal.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh,
his hair cool on top of his head doesn't, though. I guess it's not like he goes bald, right? He doesn't do that either, or loses eyebrows every time. Wouldn't that be the worst of all every time he does this?
Right, he loses all body hair.
He's just completely hairless. He's like,
but think of how much it would save you in haircuts.
I mean,
you just steal up for a second, you're clean shaven.
We're overthinking it. Maybe a little bit. But
that's what nerds do.
Right.
All right, number 5, John.
This one I owe to my friend Old Wolf, who's gotten into 3D printing a ton.
Oh boy!
And he's made some really cool pieces, but he specifically made this bronze.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So he brushed and painted it himself. So he did all the painting work on it.
That looks amazing.
Killer. Yeah, he really did a number, man. It is gorgeous. Yeah, it looks like metal. Perfect. Yeah, right. So if you don't know Old Wolf, he does a Thursday night hangout stream. I've met him a few different times, and he's gotten way into 3D printing. He's made some really cool stuff. He made a Dr. Doom helmet for me that like fits me. Like I can like put it on, take it off. It's really cool.
That's crazy.
But he's always upgrading his 3D printer to kind of get the new model, the new thing, whatever.
That's cool though.
But and then he's just gotten really good at like the brush painting to like make it look aged, give it that weathered patina.
That looks like pewter. It doesn't look like 3D printed.
Yeah, it's super light. Like you wouldn't. It's plastic.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, if it was metal, it'd be heavy. He'd be down here.
Right.
I'm gonna show it once. Here we go. Bye bye.
But he absolutely
solid.
He crushed.
Well, is it like the 3D printed stuff is super light?
Yeah.
Like I got
sure.
this is 3D printed.
Yeah.
And I just paid somebody $25 for it, but
yeah,
it's
and all yeah, he's got some great pieces he's made, some mini statues and stuff he'll put behind him, or and my friend Damer is like, he made this little John's Comics with Friends light for me. That's like so there's people in the community doing a ton with 3D printing right now.
That's cool.
But yeah, I love that he's got the like 90s costume, but the 80s hair.
Will, how you doing?
Will, he was over on the Comic Vet showing off his new books for this week.
Yeah, usually that's what I'm doing on a Wednesday. So I'll probably post mine on Friday this week. So it gives me a couple extra days now, which isn't a bad thing.
Blame John.
Totally worth it to hang out with you tonight, sir. I'll pick an aside.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I love the hair. So I guess it's like two pieces. There's like it's like you can see that there's like a line.
Sure,
the side
there's a seam there. Yeah,
you can see where the seam is.
You need that like in a shadow box next to a comic. And then
even signed it.
Lighting. Oh wow!
Yeah, right. Yeah, I want to put maybe some little shelves in between the frames and set some of these kinds of statues in between a little bit. That would be a goal when this room finally gets like finalized. So you did, Vogs, and we were talking about Rogue Storm, the new series, because he's the rogue guy. I'm the Storm guy. He's the rogue guy.
Oh, is this in the Age of Revelation stuff?
Yeah, the new series that just started, and the book's not good. That was the spoiler. We did not like the book.
I didn't even notice the Rogue Storm one. I picked up like the Sinister Six because it had the black cat in it. I'm like, you bastards, you put the black cat in it.
Damn it, take my money.
Right. And there was another one, Long Shot, because it has Hellcat in it.
Yes.
Like, quit putting my Catwomen in books. I can't afford it all.
Did you read any of them? Because I'm curious. I haven't seen one that I liked yet.
Well, I think, for a little aside, Marvel's changing the X-Men too much in too many months now. Everything's got to be a big event. Just go back to the era where you just tell some good stories. That'll rebuild the X-Men. Don't worry about events. Just tell humanizing stories for them.
The bigger issue, too, is that they want to maintain what I think has kind of been their paradigm for a long while, which is like, got to have 3 mutant-related books a week, no matter what, every week. And that's where your quality is taking a dip right there. If they could narrow it down to say 1 a week, I think they would have a very different system.
Yeah. And and not to say the old's always the best, but just look at what worked the best for the X-Men. It wasn't all big events. It was just self-contained human stories. Them just trying to live in a world that didn't want them.
And that might have been the drawback of Mutant Massacre, as great as it was, is that it set up a paradigm where it's like, okay, now what's the next event? We got to do Fall of the Mutants. Okay, now what we're going to do Inferno. Now what do we? It's like now there was like every couple of years we had to have a big event, and when that payoff happened, then it's like, okay, now we can expand the line. Now we've got X Factor, we got X Force, we got whatever, and it kept growing because there was a lot of money there. There was a lot of success.
I think they were trying to build it out like, sort of like even the Avengers did the same thing. You didn't have just the Avengers, then you had West Coast Avengers,
right.
And anything they could do to branch the group out to make more money. It was all about the money all the time.
For sure.
I was like, what is this, like X-Men Red, X-Men Blue, X-Men Purple? I mean, what was all that? I couldn't even. At one point, I was like, I told my brother, I was like, I'm not reading X-Men anymore.
And now that they've got, I think, 4 different titles with X-Men in the title somewhere going on right now.
Well, they have regular X-Men, Uncanny X-Men.
There was like Amazing X-Men. There was Astonishing X-Men. But recently, like within the last few years, they had, I think, 4 titles with X-Men in them.
Yeah. So
it's a lot, and I don't think it definitely dilutes it, and I don't think there's enough quality writers and artists out there to accommodate that demand.
Right. Well, I think what it does too is you have people that collect these books. Like they go into the comic shop. All right, I can afford 5 books this month. Well, you're putting out 8 X-Men books, 13 Batman books, 13 Spider-Man books. You're diluting. You're telling your audience you either pay or you don't get the whole story.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a slap in the face for people that care about these characters.
100% for sure. And as someone who's tried to keep up at various points, I know how costly that can be and how much space that takes up.
That's why I use the Justin, thing of, if you could pick 3 books, what books would they be? And I swear to you, then the last year or so, I've been living by it. I'm like, it's Space Ghost, Herculoids, and then any indie title that catches my eye, which is right now Exquisite Corpses. Other than that,
great book.
Nothing.
Great
else.
Book.
I don't even care about the DC KO'd or any of that stuff. It's just those 3. And when they die, I'll move on to something else because,
Steve White with Something Is Killing
Exactly,
My Wallet.
Something Is Killing My Wallet.
Right. Well, he's deep into Exquisite Corpses, man. I mean, he's deep
it's
into
so
it.
good. But yeah, I try to only just get the blind bag.
Well, that's why too. Like, you have, and everyone's got their own universe now. Like, I was like, oh, are you reading the Image? That you had the Transformers universe, the Energon universe. Then you have what's the other one?
The Geiger verse or whatever. The one
with Geiger and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I'm sure they're incredible. I can only collect so many universes.
Right.
So it's Conan, and it's Black Cat and a couple other characters. That's what I can collect.
You got to make those hard choices. But thankfully, I think digital reading, if you like some of those apps, is a great way to keep up. You're a few months behind, but you can still dive in when you hear, oh, that was really good. I add it to my reading list and I can catch up later.
Yep.
For sure. Oh, Ghost Machine. Yeah. Some people call it Ghost
that's
Machine.
it. The Ghost Machine universe.
The Ghost Machine. And the only thing I'm pulling out of there is the Rockefellers. That's the only, I read Geiger and Rook and Redcoat for a bit when it first came out.
Sure.
I liked Rook, but it disappeared on me. And I was like, well, and then it was a little bit of time before they brought the next issue out. And I said,
there was definitely some lag for sure.
That's the problem with indies too, is that, you want to get invested in the story. And the next thing you know, it's 8 months before the next issue.
Oh, I hate that.
Right.
Yeah. What I like about it is it allows an artist and writer to stay on a book without having to like throw a different writer in for 6 issues so that they can catch up. I think sometimes the art can get real inconsistent because they're trying to meet deadlines.
Right.
Whereas if they can do a story arc and then rest while they reload and then do a story arc, I don't mind that. But
that's why I kind of, and not to bring Conan into it, that's why I like their approach. Like Jim's writing them all, but like 4 issues, Roberto De La Torre art, 4 issues, Doug Braithwaite art. Next 4 issues, again, Roberto De La Torre. And they're by going to 4-issue arcs, they have time to put the work they want into the story arc they're in.
Yeah.
Is there a consistency in the quality too? Do you feel like, oh, I really like this one or I hate that one, or is it consistent?
I love Roberto De La Torre, but Doug Braithwaite's Conan is good too. They're both completely different styles, and they both completely work. So, and you don't get oversaturated with one because every 4 issues you get the other guy again.
Mark Edge is like, drink. Conan was like mentioned 30 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah, Mark.
I brought it up, Mark. It's my bad.
All right, number 6. Because Jim keeps taking us on these tangents. I don't know what Jim's problem is.
So, one of my favorite storylines with Storm, and I recently finally went back because these books are not expensive, is Life Death and Barry Windsor Smith's wonderful capturing of kind of the trauma of getting losing her powers is like losing a limb. Like it really is significant. And then you throw in Forge, who has lost limbs in war and is responsible for her power loss. I think these 2 books, and here's the other half.
Man, I love that cover. Oh my God, I love that cover.
They're really powerful. They're very emotional. They're not action packed, but they pack a real punch.
Right.
And I think it's like a wonderful break from what the other issues normally are. But to have this, like, no, we're gonna give the trauma of this act its weight. We're gonna give it its moment.
Right. And like you said, they're not expensive books. They're completely affordable.
I got both of these slabs this year, and I probably spent less than $120 on both. Like
Yeah.
they're reasonably priced. I've always loved them. I've always loved the characters of, Forge is a great character. I don't know that I think he's like the destined love romance for her, but I like the relationship between them. I like the connections that they share. These are really great comic stories, and this issue in particular, 186, is a wild ride. Like when you get into, like, he was the original whatever, like Steve Jobsy. I mean, his crazy tower with like all the AI and all the like projections and illusions in it, where you're just like, what's real, what's not. It's all technology based, and it's wild. You think you're walking on the water, but it's just the floor of his room. It's like a giant danger room or something. It's crazy.
And are you surprised that they haven't adapted him in live action yet?
It's firstly, it's challenging casting, right? You got to find a Native American who can pull this off. Really, like, and you're gonna want a celebrity, but there's not a lot of celebrity Native American actors out there.
You don't need a celebrity. I mean,
studios like celebrities.
He wasn't a celebrity when he became Wolverine. You just need somebody that's just right for the role.
Yeah, now you're talking to me for sure. I agree.
It can be any capable actor. You don't need a big name. Just bring in that actor that fits him.
Yeah,
and gets it.
And they did a great job with those stories in the X-Men 97.
Yeah, they
showing her lose her powers, meet Forge, go through that. But obviously they hustled that storyline up, and they didn't spend they had several years of her powerless. They just gave you the several episodes of it, that journey. But it was beautifully done.
A good example of that kind of casting too was in New Mutants with Blue as Danny Moonstar. She was amazing.
Right. Yeah.
That movie is so underrated, in my opinion. I loved the New Mutants movie. I will watch it at any point in time.
I just saw it for the first time this summer. I've yet to post any like reviews on it, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good film. And yeah, the Danny Moonstar they nailed it. The look of the whole the what is it, the sanitarium or whatever that they're inside of, like, really, really cool.
Cannonball always bruised up from his powers, and
Right.
One Spot was great with the trauma he had.
Right. And I know Ileana or Magic is obviously the star. But she was great. They really cast that well. And for a low budget, like you could tell they didn't have, Days of Future Past money. They
no.
They had a very different budget.
No, but they told a good story.
Right. Yeah, it was a very entertaining.
Maisie Williams as Wolfsbane. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she was so good.
Perfect casting for her. Yeah,
and I love the relationship with her and Danny. And then, oh my gosh, when Ileana first pulled out that big ass sword, you're like, oh, it was such a great moment.
So cool. So.
And then when they all realized that her dragon was real.
Yep. To answer your question, Jason, I'm definitely more Forge with Storm than Forge with Mystique, because Mystique belongs with Destiny. Let's just be honest. That was the original intent that Claremont had. You can see it all the way through the books. Mystique and Destiny are the right pair on that side. So I will prefer Forge with Storm as a result.
I agree.
I kind of always picture Forge as kind of a loner. Like he's reliable. He can become close to you, but I don't see him as the guy stuck in the relationship type of guy.
Right. And I don't know that I've found as a reader that any of the main love interests in Storm's life have been the one, right? I feel like the relationship with T'Challa has been pretty rocky and inconsistent. And I think they have a lot of mutual respect and admiration, but I don't know if it's built on true love.
Right.
And the relationship with Wolverine, I've liked their romances on and off, but I think they both have just a ton of love and respect and friendship, and it's sort of like friends with benefits more than it is anything else.
Wolverine ain't nothing but a hoe, man. He gets around with all of them.
He does, and I think she's willing to, have a break every once in a while and enjoy it. And neither of them take any of it very seriously, except their friendship. And so for me, I'm hopeful that one day she gets the love interest in her life, and or reconciles one of these troubled relationships.
Don't rush her into it.
Yes.
All right, number 7, sir.
I'm gonna go with a statue comic combo. I
Ooh.
recently got my first Todd McFarlane statue. So this is from McFarlane Toys. And shout out to, I think it was Matt from Comics Club, Matt. And he's like, John, they have this really cool statue.
Ooh, that is really cool.
And he's like, it's dirt cheap right now. You got to get over to McFarlane Toys. And they had it on sale. It was like $40 shipped.
Look how good the cape is on that.
Yeah, right.
That's a McFarlane cape.
It's based on this comic right here. This McFarlane Marvel Tales cover.
Yep, I have that one. He's actually, his Marvel Tales covers are actually my favorite work of his.
Really? So I immediately pulled this one out and realized I did not have this other one. So I bought both. Sorry, we'll cover up Colossus there. Just because I was like, well, I got the statue, I got to get both of these Marvel Tales Storm covers. But yeah, it gives you some of that Dracula Storm vibe for sure.
Yep.
And but it's a great piece. She's hovering off of the ground. They use this sort of like metal rod to kind of like float her onto the stand here. It's got the X-Men logo on the stand. And it was a really cool buy. It's tiny, like it's much smaller than the other piece. Like you can see, size of my hand there. The box is really great.
Up with like Storm stuff.
Yeah. So the box was great. It came with, some trading cards and some stickers, I want to say as well.
That's cool.
And some imagery from the cover that it's been, that inspired it or whatever. So yeah, you can find these still. I think McFarlane Toys. I don't know if they're still on sale. I don't know what the price point is right now, but I just got it over summer. I think it was somewhere in July. I think I got this.
Nice.
But a really cool one. Captures that McFarlane Storm perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So McFarlane fans, this is the winner. This is the banger.
I don't think they've given Aurora a haircut I don't like.
She's had a bunch. She's had a lot of variety.
Right. But they all seem to work for her.
Right. I think I'm partial to this. My favorite is, as much as I love the Mohawk, I do love that 90s look with all the white costume and everything. Like it came together really, really well. As far as like just in the comics, in the stories, panel to panel, page to page cover, like there's something, and it might just be that was the era that I read the most of when I was young.
I'm old school. This right here is my favorite without a doubt.
It's a good look.
You're a kid and you see this, beautiful woman in thigh-high boots and white hair. I was just like, what the hell am I looking at?
I was going to give a shout out to Storm's legs.
Yeah.
I respect that. So yeah, that's another great statue that I got recently. Favorite is the cloud hair. I got a cover for you a little later, Bobby. Don't worry, I got you covered, buddy.
Oh, great statue and a comic.
Yeah,
number 8.
It kind of has to go hand in hand.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, and I don't know how old the statue is. It might be somewhat recent, which is why Heroes Club, Heroes Comic Club, Matt. I can't remember his name.
Right.
But he reached out to me on a live stream. He's like, John, we were live, and he was like, he's sending me the link. He's like, go buy it right now. It's like $40. So I ran out and bought it. What are you gonna do? You can't say no to Matt. Okay, so what are we on now? 8?
8.
8. All right. Well, then Bobby just mentioned it. I'll do it for Bobby. Do it for Bobby. Cloud hair.
He's a good guy. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm a big Russell Dauterman fan. I love his artwork back when he was doing Jane Foster Thor. And now he's just a great cover artist. And he did this variant for X-Men a year ago, a little over a year ago, I guess. This is issue 29, and I got the Virgin variant.
Oh, wow.
It's just
I never saw that cover.
Incredible, gang. So I bought, not only did I get the Virgin and the trade dress, which is really simple. It's just got a little X up here in the logo and then the barcode somewhere. But then, Hudat hits me up and he's like, John, I got it slabbed. I got a 9.8. Do you want to buy it? I was like, yeah, send it over. So I have 3 copies of this cover, basically.
Nice.
Hudat's
got the books.
Yes, he does. But I love the coffee cup. And the nails, like you can see her Arctic nail polish that she's got going, the sunglasses.
She's completing a look, John.
and she's like creating the snow for these Alps
Right.
or whatever it is. Like she's like floating along, dropping the snow down to like, create powder because I guess the team wants to go skiing later. Like, that's what it feels like to me. They woke her up early.
We need fresh powder.
Yeah,
Right?
she's like, here's your damn snow. Now let me just sip my coffee in peace and leave me the hell alone now.
I feel like Nightcrawler made her a very fancy cappuccino or something, and she's floating up there enjoying it, and they're all hitting the slopes.
Absolutely. It sounds like a good story to me.
Right.
How nice is it? If you need some peace, you can just fly your ass up into the sky and get away from everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is probably my favorite Storm variant cover.
That's
I absolutely
very
love
cool.
Oh, good observation, Bobby.
it. Ooh.
She looks like
I can see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes she gives me the Tina Turner vibe. Right. But I think she'll always be Pam Grier in my heart somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll hear Pam Grier's voice, but usually I'll hear somebody else's voice. We'll get to that a little later. So there you go, Bobby. Just for you.
It's for you, Bobby.
Cloud Storm. As asked it, as requested. All right. So we on number 9 now?
Number 9. There's someone else that she reminds me of, and I'm trying to think of it. It's oh my gosh.
Well, I'll continue on and you see if you can find it. I'm gonna go because I'm a big fan. I'm going Legos here, gang. I got it. So here is Mohawk Lego Storm. Lola Colt.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look up this person.
Played by Lola Falani.
So this is the X-Men 97 version where she had a little bit of the mohawk, but also the white costume. Oh, sorry, keep my hand
right.
I love it. And then of course for you, Jim, I got the black costume. Shooting a little ray of frost there.
Yeah.
And then of course 97. A regular 90s at Storm with the white costume. So
yeah, that costume is great too.
And you gotta have the Blackbird, right? You gotta.
Ooh, I don't have the Blackbird.
Yeah, man. They just released a newer version of it too. This is the original. They've done 2 different Lego versions. So I have the first one. It's got 2 seating in the front. So there's Beast and Jubilee flying.
Right.
And then there's 2 seats in the back. Whoa, here.
I don't know if I hand the keys over to Jubilee.
Yeah,
I got Jean and Cyclops. They're probably arguing here in the back.
Nice.
Arguing,
and then it's got little rockets. Whoa! So you can like fire rockets at Gary B if he's getting mad at you. Whatever. Where are they?
Wow.
Can I get them launched? They're not launching. Come on! Oh, there it was. Oop.
Wow. See, now that's a choke hazard. I'm surprised they even come out.
I'm gonna harm somebody.
You know, I mean, I can't believe they actually fire the rocket. That's amazing.
That's cool.
I want to say the newer Blackbird is still available on the Lego website, like they're still in stock. But this one I ended up getting online just because it was they didn't have the box, but they had all the pieces. I was like, look, gang, I just need the pieces, so that's all I needed.
Now, if you could only have one vehicle from comics, would it be the Batmobile, the Spider Buggy, or that?
I mean, the Spider Buggy's out right off the bat. I don't need Spider Buggy. Buggy loses instantly. It depends on which Batmobile, because obviously there's a lot of great ones. For me, if it's this Batmobile, John's in. Like this Batmobile slaps, as the kids say. Like this.
I'm just
this
so
is my
old.
favorite.
See, mine's gonna be the old school one.
What do you want?
Oh, the 66 or the old one?
Hell yeah! I got a giant Lego 66 sitting right up here. Yeah, that one. But
I got you, baby. I got the smaller.
Bigger.
You got the bigger one, I think, Jim.
Well, my wife goes bigger, goes home. That was a Christmas present. She's like, "Look, I got you the biggest one. Put it together."
And just for the people in the chat, this one's a little dusty. I'm sorry, I haven't dusted this one in a while.
Yeah, that one. I
89.
like.
And I got over here. I got the tumbler. Got your tumbler.
I'm okay without the tumbler.
It wouldn't be my choice. I would go with the animated series, but and then somewhere I've got the hot rod, the Batman.
Batman. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I had to share some Legos, gang. That's where it's at. Look,
Dude, I picked up a bunch of figures at Heroes Con just because,
you?
like, I knew I was getting a commission piece of like the head of like Storm, and I said I'm gonna put that with the little Lego. They'll be together. They'll be friends.
Do you have? So I've got the Lego mansion sitting right up there, and I have not built it yet. The X-Men mansion.
Ooh, no, I don't have that.
So I had a bunch of parents who gifted me some Christmas money, like they just gave me Visa cards or whatever.
Sure.
And I just held on to it, knowing that the X-Men mansion was going to drop. And I just slapped those cards down. Christina Payne found a great. It was like 30% off or something when she found it on this one Disney website, and I spent the money. It's sitting in a box. I'm scared to start it.
Where are you going to put it?
Oh,
I mean, that's the
massive.
Thing. Yeah, and I don't like taking it apart once I built it. It drives me bananas.
It would take up this whole section right here. It would just
for sure.
And I'd have to, figure it out.
You could park the Blackbird right there.
Right? Oh yeah. I mean, I would create a whole scene. You know me. It's going to be everybody's coming out.
When are the kids leaving? I mean, their room is available for sure, right? I mean, come on.
Ultimately, my wife and I want to remodel this room. That's the spare bedroom. It would be nice to actually have if she uses the other half of this desk for her work, and then when I get to play, I bring my toys out and my books and my computer, and then when I'm done, I pull it all off, and she brings her monitor out and whatever. So we would love to remodel this room a little bit and get more functionality out of it. That's when I get to set up my displays, because when she gets in her Zoom meetings and people are like, "What is all that stuff behind you? What's going on?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Lego Danger Room, I would love it. I would love to continue to build onto the X Mansion, but it looks pretty cool. I'm excited to build it eventually.
Nice. One day. All right, number 9, sir.
Number 9. Let's see where. 10, No, we're on number 10. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna finish with my favorite non-variant storm cover. This one's always been one of my faves, and I finally got a 9.8 of it this year. Will Sportasio is.
I know what it is.
A badass.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's just magnificent. It is. It not only just captures like this costume in all of its glory, but like the rain.
Is that the copy I sent you? Did you send that out and get a 9.8? Or
No, I bought this one pre-slabbed.
Nice. Oh, okay, nice. I was like, wow, yes. I came back to 9.8. Nice.
I was
one of my all-time favorite storm covers. It's just gorgeous in every possible way.
Yep.
She's out in the weather, just looking up, enjoying it, feeling like this is my natural state. It just captures the character so damn well.
Yep.
So shout out Will Sportasio as if he needs anybody, shout him out. It's just a masterpiece.
But I think that's his best piece ever, though. That particular 100%. Cover right there, I don't think he ever did better than that. I think that was just his iconic moment right there.
Yeah. He peaked, and it's a good peak. I bless the rains. No, she's blessing the rains in America.
Yeah.
Or on Mars or wherever else they send her. So there you go. That's the pièce de résistance.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
And honestly, if anybody's looking for, like, now is a great time to hunt down the 9.8 of that X-Men book you love, because a lot of the non-key issues, if they're not like a mega key, they're way down. It's the perfect time to like snipe something off. Like if there's I'm trying to snipe a 201 when she takes leadership away from Scott. Some of those books are going for like $65. It's the first baby Cable or whatever, but like $65 is a 9.8. Like, snipe that, man. Snipe that.
Right.
Snipe it.
But just don't take the one I'm trying to buy this weekend. Wait till next weekend.
Now, do you want to do spec first or story?
Let's do spec, because it's not as fun and flashy. Let's do spec, if you don't mind. Oh. So I don't think I've spec'd with this one with you before, but I've certainly mentioned it in the past that this is a book that I think is worthy of spec, because I don't know that Marvel has decided what they're going to do with this. This is is this the B cover? I don't know what it's one of the variants right here. This is the Hellfire Gala variant for Planet Size X-Men 1. So I bought this one, but I also have the cover A, which is not as good because they hide Storm kind of in the back there. No me gusta.
Yeah.
For anybody who didn't read this book, firstly, it's a one shot. You could pick this up, read it. It's got everything you need in it. This is the issue when they colonize Mars. And gang, this is badass. They send all the Omega mutants. They're sending Polaris and Magneto. They're sending Storm and Iceman, and they basically create ice caps for the planet. They create atmosphere for it. They create land and water. All the mutants get sent up there, and they create livable life sustaining.
Right, they terraform.
Place. Yeah. The Omega level mutants terraform Mars.
Which one is this now?
It's called Planet Size X-Men 1. And everybody was like, "Oh, why are you calling it Planet Size X-Men? You guys can't just do Giant Size X-Men. Oh, everything's got to be bigger now." And it was literally the title because of what they were doing. Yeah,
right.
Well, know, people like to be cynics about everything.
So yeah, there's a ton of variants for this, but I don't think anybody specs on it. But it's ultimately when Marvel has now a terraformed Mars planet that people can go and live on. They don't need spacesuits or anything. It's got adjusted gravity. Magneto, made sure it has poles that would function similar to Earth. Iceman gave it a ton of frozen caps at the north and south, and then Storm was able to give it weather systems, and it was really kind of cool to see how these mutants in conjunction with one another.
Yeah, we can make our own damn planet. Screw you guys.
Right. And ultimately she becomes like, the leader on that planet. She starts organizing mutants that don't want to live on Earth. They want their own place to survive. I am that Storm guy. Hey, that's that Lasso guy.
That Lasso guy.
But it's again a book nobody's specking on. There's currently no comics being written covering what's happening on the planet because it was a huge slaughter. A lot of the characters living there died when one of the big events happened, and only a few characters were able to escape and survive. So I don't know what's going on there, but I think this is kind of a cool moment in Marvel history. Mars becomes habitable, and as far as I know, it still is.
Nice. That is good information. I
did
not know that.
And I want to say I used to have 4 9/8 slabs. I gave one of them away, but I think I still have 3. There's a virgin variant of this one that Nakayama did.
That's Nakayama, isn't it?
It is. He did a bunch of these fun, like magazine style covers, but I got a trade dress for these.
I'm gonna have to see if I have Planet Size and read it.
Yeah. I know I don't.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one.
I'm always looking for a good one shot though. So
yeah. And I think Captain America even has like a cameo in it where he's like sitting on Earth looking up at it because they just told him what they're going to do. And he's now like, what's going on, man? That now we're colonizing planets and stuff, like, because they're all at the Hellfire Gala when they announced that they're doing this.
Storm should have came down and said, "Cap, it doesn't concern you."
Yeah. Right.
Stick to your planet.
Stuff. Yeah. You take care of, you fight fascism. We're going to go colonize planets.
This is our thing. Nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so good.
Know your role, Cap.
I mean, hey, you have your position, right? You can lead your little Avengers.
Right. Yeah. Don't make me electrify your shield on you.
We'll make Rogue throw it away like she did last time.
Oh, that was such a great moment in the cartoon.
Oh, it was so good. I absolutely loved it.
Okay. All right. You want me to bring up the picture?
Yeah, go ahead. So I've the story I want to tell is I got to meet Storm. Gang, look at me. I'm like giddy there. I got to meet Allison Seeley Smith, the voice of Storm from the X-Men animated series. This was at San Diego Comic-Con 2 years ago, I think. Maybe 3 years ago.
Dude, you couldn't look more happy right there. Look how giddy
I was like, I can't. I was like shaking, got to hold my hands together. She was super nice. She talked to me for a little while. I took a photo with her, and then we, she's got that amazing voice. This is my hashtag. This is my Storm. You hear that voice?
Yeah,
she really captured the character so damn well.
Right.
And she was just charming in person, very friendly to everybody. Obviously, most everybody's paying, so obviously it's easy to be charming when people pay you to be charming. But she was really, really friendly. And then I brought a variant cover to get her to sign for me, and that's the item that I'll be sharing. I got this.
Let me remove this then.
She wrote to John, Allison Seeley Smith, and then she wrote quotes Storm. So, whoop. My cat's attacking me. Hello.
Hold on, let me make you big again, John.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, wow. How great.
I thought it was a fun variant because there was a lot of white background for her to kind of write as much as she wanted. And I hadn't seen this cover before. I don't even know what issue this is.
Yeah, I haven't seen that before either. That's beautiful.
X-Men issue 18. So I don't know which volume is probably volume 94 or whatever.
20,000. Yeah, no doubt.
Did she tell you any cool stories?
She didn't. I just basically wanted to tell her, like, you know, how much that show meant to me as a kid. Like, you know, seeing the comics I'd loved come to life. It was kind of the pivotal, exciting kind of thing for me.
And when you talk about importance of voice actors, like you instantly recognize that the Storm voice is distinctive.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, she's just as great now as, I mean, a lot of the voice actors had to get replaced for 97, but she's going strong. So she crushed it in 97 as well. All these years later, still nailing it.
Nice.
Yeah. If they don't have to augment their voice too much, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, they just take their training and go with it. So
for sure. So it was a really great. I was super nervous, very excited to because I don't think I've ever been to a con where she was there except that one.
And she looks like a really sweet person.
She really friendly, really nice. And I knew there's a gentleman who goes by Warpath Dylan on Instagram who is like a handler for the X-Men 97 voice cast wherever they go. And he, you know, when they're at a con, he's the one grabbing the coffee for them or manning the line or the payment queue or whatever it is for them. And I've met him a bunch because he is at every con I've been to because he's usually with somebody or other, right? So it's like Wolverine is there and Rogue is there. He's with him. In this case, he was, and if there's 6 or 7 of them, he's just hustling back and forth trying to take care of everybody's needs. Super friendly guy. He also runs the Uncanny Experience, which is like a sleepover in a mansion in, I want to say Chicago somewhere, where they like everybody cosplays and they do like all these seminars about X-Men stuff and everything is X-Men themed and you're in a mansion as if it's the X-Men.
They should make you do, when you go there, an American Gladiator style danger room.
I want to say there are like, besides like trivia and dining and whatever, there are like games, like there are like interactive stuff. I don't know how like crazy it gets, but it is like a cosplay dream. Like for people that
you get to wear Cerebro.
I mean, I would not be surprised if they had something set up somewhere for that. But shout out to Warpath Dylan. He was really helpful and got me through the queue. Yeah.
3D printed thing you need. A Cerebro helmet.
Just I want the one, you know, the Cerebro helmet. You kind of need like a chair and something. I just want the one they had in the Hickman era where he could like walk around with it. It was like a giant X and he could just like wear it out like you're going to the gym and you're just going to wear this giant metal dome.
The guy that cosplays Professor X is a jerk.
Oh, really? I don't know. I mean, there's a ton of people that do. I know guys in genuine wheelchairs who like just built an X-Men chair frame around it and now they can be Professor X and go through a con. I was like, that's badass.
It is bad. That is cool.
There was a couple of voice actors in Baltimore this year, but I don't know if any of them were X-Men.
I'm trying to remember when I was at San Diego this year. I know they had a corner booth and I did see Wolverine, the guy who does Wolverine, and the lady who does Rogue. I'm trying to remember their names, but they were really friendly. And when I was at WonderCon a year ago, my friend Daniel was obsessed with Rogue, and when he saw that she was there, he got a Rogue variant and he took pictures with her. And I was like, I felt like what it was to be the people taking pictures of me when I was meeting Allison. It was the same kind of thing. I didn't show the Cosby cover, buddy. I've got the better than Cosby. I've got the Rogue Storm cover, right? The You Can't Hold Me Like That cover.
Do you have that cover available right next to you?
It's over here. I can grab it.
Just grab it. Show it. Because I'm blanking on what it is. And now my curiosity's killing me.
It's the one with Doom holding her. Yeah. It kind of looks inappropriate, but, you know, it's Doom. Everything's appropriate with Doom. I mean, you know, man, I thought I had it. It showed who was the special guest in the book, but I don't see it anywhere.
Lenore Zahn. Thank you. I knew Lasso would know it. Yeah, here's the Cosby cover. I poisoned your cup, and now you're all passed out.
Yeah, see, dude's holding her right there, like, you know.
It's a great cover. Baby. I don't shame anybody who loves it. It's a great one. I like my Rogue Storm better.
Yeah, I just think the Rogue Storm is better.
It shows the maniacal nature of Doom, though.
Oh, absolutely. That's what's so wonderful about it is you're like, what did Doom do? He got everybody. They're all down for the count. It makes you want to read it, right? You want to pick up this book and figure out what is happening. Right. So this is the 145, and then this is 147. So this is there's an issue in between with a kind of mediocre cover. That's 146 is the really bad Arcade Murder World cover with it's mostly Polaris and Angel and Havoc. It's not the main guys, but those two are the better covers.
Nice. Well, John, great show, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially, I love the statues. The Legos were a lot of fun.
Thanks. I mean, I didn't just want to do comics. I wanted to kind of branch out.
That's why I said collectibles, man. Just show your favorite Storm stuff. I know you got a bunch of it.
I do. I didn't even get into action figures and playing trading cards or whatever. There's a lot, right? Everybody with their favorite characters.
By the voice actress, like what a coup that is. What a great piece.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
Wow. Can you imagine how happy she must be to be associated with that character all the time?
Right. It's one of those good things. You ever once you meet those actors, like the guy, I remember the story about the guy who played the psychopath in the original Dirty Harry and how like he could never get work after that. He was like so creepy in that movie. Right. It was like all he could ever do. He could never work again. He was that guy for life.
Right. And then you get people like her who know her for Storm or I just blanked on his name. Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, then you have, of course, like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Christopher Reeve as Superman. Yeah. You just have these people who you know, they just fit the roles, man. They just fit.
And their charm bleeds through, right? Bleeds through that the
quality of who they are as people leads through.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Nice. Great stuff, John. Like,
thanks,
fantastic. You did not disappoint.
I try to give you a nice variety of things because nobody wants the same stuff you've seen.
Anyone ever heard of
anybody can bring giant size?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows Linda Carter.
Yeah, no one knows who that is, Matt Lasso.
Everybody can bring giant size X-Men or bring X-Men 94 or a lot of those classic keys. I was like, let's bring other stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Linda Carter, of course.
I'm joking, man. Yes.
Linda is in the same vein, though, if you're going to mention Linda Carter, you got to mention Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Bill Bixby.
I was going to say, I was just watching.
Banner and, but David Banner for the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they were so homophobic about the name.
Well, I remember I was watching some video where they were like making comparisons between like this actor or that actor, and they were calling Lou Ferrigno the character, and I was like, well, they had to use two actors back in those days. Like you got to give Bill Bixby his credit as well. There's two people pulling that character off,
right? And that show didn't work without the performance from either one of them.
Right.
Precisely. It's easy now with special effects to be like, oh, it's Edward Norton and he can do both parts, but like back then you needed two performers. That was the trick.
Yes, and it worked. It was great.
Yeah, because they were the special effect, right? They were the magic.
All right, now we'll do like we normally do. We're going to go around the table here. We're going to start with my co-host, as always. Jim, what's coming up for you, sir? Anything?
Well, I'm supposed to be on Gary B's show tomorrow night. Hopefully the guest will be on time. And then we're supposed to be getting some rain tonight and tomorrow, so that'll help because I need to get out and do some digging. I just need to find a place to dig, but the rain helps bring up the target, so I'm sure I'll have a video with some shorts out there or something. Other than that, that's about it right now. I don't know. I'm not trying not to. I blew a fair amount of money at C3, so when that stuff comes in, I'll be definitely posting that out. So yeah.
Right. And for me, tomorrow night, because you all out there are suckers for punishment, the third 10-1-1 this week. But it's going to be a great one. We have Sarah, silver-haired Bronze Age babe, doing Super Dickory covers, Superman being a jerk.
Yeah, I love it. She's
and
great.
we're going to
Sarah's
have,
amazing.
of course, my good buddy Jim as a co-host. And joining us tomorrow night will be Magic Lasso, who said he would love to join the Sarah show, but he's going to skip out on the John's Comics with Friends show.
So such a good choice. I mean, I would make the same.
I'm just starting fights because it's fun.
That's what you do with friends.
Right. But so I have that coming up with Sarah, Sarah's just a great guest and just someone who always brings incredible stuff and knowledge. And then the week after, on opening the month on November 4th, we have Dope coming on doing an Incredible Hulk 1011.
Ooh, fun.
And then on the 6th, we have Dan's Comic Corner coming back, and he wants to do foil covers. So we're going to do a foil cover 1011. Oh, no, not foil. I'm sorry. The foil covers. I'm sorry. The Thing covers. Foil covers someone else.
Oh, Ben Grimm.
That's Signature King is doing foil covers. Dan's Comic Corner is doing Ben Grimm, The Thing covers.
Nice.
So in 1 week, we're going to have the Hulk and the Thing. Like,
ooh, that's kind of nice. Those characters always fight. That'd be fun. Yeah. Who's going to come out on top?
So a great muscle bound week for them.
Yeah.
And now we always end with our guest. John, what's coming up for you, sir?
I got my normal Saturday morning comics show this coming morning. It might start a little earlier than normal because soccer dad life is real. So I'll be doing the Saturday morning show, whatever I'm reading.
He'll be early for that one, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. And then Saturday night, I'm with the Bearded Comic Bro. We're doing one of, a few times a year, we usually get together to talk about great people in film that have passed away. So obviously we lost Diane Keaton and Robert Redford here recently. And so we're going to do a little bit of a retrospective for both of them and run through some of our favorites of their films and performances.
Is it weird? I made a joke and it's not, it was to my brother about June Lockhart passed away.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Do you know who June Lockhart is?
I remember the name. I'm struggling to picture performance.
She is the mother who would have played the mother when Lassie was out, but she was the mother from the original OG Lost in Space. And I told her, she went to 100 years old. My brother's like, wow, that's old. I was like, well, she was lost in space for several years. And he just said, ooh, that was bad. That was so bad.
That was not good.
That was not good.
Yeah. A couple Lassie things too, didn't she? Usually like a couple of the Lassie movies. And
yeah. I mean, she's very talented.
I remember her from Lost in Space. That was a classic.
But as a little kid growing up, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go watch Lost in Space.
Sure.
Oh, there you go, Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson. That's right.
But yeah, good stuff. Okay, so also, like I like to do, first of all, thank you to my co-host, Jim. Always a pleasure, sir. We get to do it all again tomorrow. Good week for me. I get to see Jim twice. And of course, there's no show without a great guest. John, you always fit the bill, all picking aside. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. Your passion and knowledge is always appreciated. And of course, your time when you choose to give it.
Yeah, gone.
Nailed it. No, I was waiting for it. And he knew it.
Come on, you gotta. You two
totally
wives
fair.
Roast.
Totally
I'm in roast
fair.
mode because I was watching the old Don Rickles roast the other night with Johnny Carson. It's just so good.
Those are fun.
And of course, there's no show without an audience. Guys, thank you so much for those of you that were hanging out with us live. And for those of you catching us on the rewind, thank you so much. These gentlemen's links are in the description below. So until next time, we're going to say like we always do, thank you so much for watching. And of course, keep it casual.